dreamer at the spin fire, the NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer, from mint coins to tokens. He's got all the intel.
Good morning, guys. Mega GMs. Yo, welcome to the Swarm Report. Man, I'm excited for today. We had an awesome guest on yesterday. Cool way to kick off the week with the Sunny team. Project completed, tier 2. Dude, awesome guys, awesome team. Hey, good morning, Cats. Good to see you, man. Dude, I'm excited, dude. Just in general, there's a lot of good stuff. I think on the horizon here. I think virtuals might be at a low point, but maybe that gets me really, really excited that I think there's really only one direction we go from here. But I'm excited about the market this week too, right? Rate cuts probably coming here tomorrow. Base token announced, like officially. Yeah, I mean, it's funny how they announced it. It's like, hey, we're gonna think about doing it. We're looking at it. We're exploring it, I think is what they said. We got a base token coming, and we spent so much time in the virtuals ecosystem. I think we have a great chance at maybe getting a bunch of that base token whenever it does come. We'll talk about that a bit today. Some of the base, updates from their base camp in Stowe, Vermont, which, man, I wish I was there. So we'll get into that. Again, I'm excited today. No guest on the show. That's a rare thing these days, how things have changed, right? We used to, have a guest on once a week or whatever. Some weeks, no guest. And now it's almost every day we have those awesome freaking builders on the show. Today's solo stream, and I'm just looking forward to getting into, virtuals and reviewing it and feeling out how the market's treating you guys and what is it offering us these days. And it has changed, man. It has changed. So we'll dive into that stuff. Let me get the stream tweeted out. I think we're live yeah, okay, hang on. I'm like out of sorts here. It hasn't, again, with the guests on it, just different vibe. Live on Abstract, live on X, live on YouTube. You know the drill. If you're new, come over to YouTube, subscribe over here. And is there XP over there, dude? Yeah, maybe there is. Yeah, come over here and subscribe. Got good shit coming, man. I'll say that. Let me tweet this out real quick too. It's funny. I tell you guys a lot. Engagement way down. It's just down across X. And it's like, that's, I kind of measure the market in engagement too. I mean, when the market's slow, views are slow and they kind of go together. I watch for the views to come up, and that's my sign that the market's about to come up. And we're not there yet, man. I know it's coming. We're not there. This is kind of the time I like a lot too, though. Gives you time to settle in, do some digging. Anyway, let's not waste any time. I want to check out that Sunny launch, where we're at, market cap FDV wise, how we did on tokens. Cats, I know you're in there. I hope you cooked. Curious if anybody else got in there too. Anyway, follow me at Hudah_idiot on X. Man, definitely get over here and follow the Swarm_AI. The really, really big updates coming here. We just wrapped up our campaign with Arbus here. I love those guys, by the way. 4-week campaign here. What did we give away? 1 million Swarm? I think it was 1 million Swarm. It ended this week here. Week 3 and 4 rewards went out. 450,000 Swarm distributed. So GG's to all you who participated here over the past month. Yeah. Appreciate you guys grinding. Hope you ate. And maybe I can just tease there's more coming there. So we'll say that. There's a lot that you guys have been waiting for that I've been excited to start, teasing next chapter for CryptoSlam. And that stuff is imminent. So stay tuned for that. That's as much as I can tease. Ain't much, but it's something. Just know that that's here. Gravity, good morning, man. Drop King, good morning. Good to see you guys. All right, let's get to the market here. Not bad, actually, by the way. I'm happy at this point. The summer was so slow. I just like seeing us up above 10 bill, and we're solidly above there. I mean, our next target's 15, and then we're quickly looking to 20, and, it moves fast. 13.66 bill right now is the AI market cap. Nice to review this stuff too. Again, we're not doing this every day now. Probably should. Your top agents by market cap, it's USDT, Fartcoin, IRC, Rect and Turbo. I'm still waiting for when we see Fartcoin over $1 billion. And memes are wrecked right now. That new CCM meta, if you're not paying attention, that CCM meta, the pump fund streaming meta, I mean, it is sucking the life out of meme coins here now. Oh, cats, look at that. Hang on. Hey, yeah, okay. Remind me to come back to that. That's awesome. We're going to start covering, guys, on this show here. We got to zoom out a little more. We're going to start covering creator bid. We're going to start covering, dude, hang on. Okay. I saw a Fable. I saw the Fables little logo, whatever, their avatar. It looks like the Swarm, so I quickly thought the Swarm was on the screen there. I like their avatar, man. Dude, so bullish. Okay, we're going to be covering creator bid. We're going to cover more like zoomed out, just AI. Doesn't have to be crypto AI. We'll cover like just breaking AI stories, tech updates, we'll talk about NVIDIA. We're going to cover robotics too, because you see all the big names in AI. Yeah, there's the Fable thing right there. Okay, all the big names in AI, crypto, Twitter, AI, are talking robotics. Right? We're not going to miss that. We love Vader. Graham's starting to cover it. Sammy's covered it. You know what I mean? So. We're not going to miss that. We're not going to miss that at all. We'll be right on top of that. Okay. Infra. Our top infrastructure tokens, it's FET, Virtual, DCAI, IOTX, and Open. It's a lot of red today, man. Jeez. Hard to win out there right now. Again, the CCM meta sucked everything out of the market. And this is people a little de-risking ahead of tomorrow, right? Again, interest rate cuts. This, my thoughts. If we get that 25 basis point cut, I don't think we're going to go up much. I think I don't know. I think a coin flip if we are up, down. I think it's mostly priced in. I do. I think that rate cut's mostly priced in. If we pump a bit, Bitcoin 120K, I don't think we see an all-time high at all. If we're up a bit, won't be surprised. If we're down a bit, won't be surprised. I'll be a little scared if we're down a bit. 50 basis point cut is a different story. We get that. Or 25 basis point cut with some like certain kind of talk. That's what we need. Anyway, everybody prepping for this. And the market just kind of watching. Top DeFi tokens, it's Venice on top here, followed by Banker. Dude, everyone's talking about Banker Bot now. Rightfully so. This is, I think, still one of the best opportunities in crypto AI. Maybe dude, it's up there. AI Tech, Olas, and Griffin. And then let's go check Mindshare. And there we go. Banker Bot on top of Mindshare. I said it. Everybody's talking about it. You see it right there. It was great hearing Sonny yesterday say they're using Banker Bot. Love it. Elsa AI right behind them. They must have a Mindshare campaign going on. Maybe Cato, right? They don't have their token live yet. Doesn't look like. So Mindshare campaign going. Then we have Cookie, Fartcoin, and Open Ledger Virtual right there. Number 6. Cool stuff. All right, your top virtual tokens, at least your top movers here. It's GoodX. It's your top gainer in the past 24 hours. Oops. I need to dig into Oops, by the way. There's just some good people who are very bullish on Oops. I need to dive in. We have Zaya, Bios, and Cap. Dude, I got a bag of Cap. I remember getting to that Genesis launch, and I liked them, actually. I think they had a strong team, like a good team of like reputable devs. I need to dive back into that one. Your top losers, Kogan, VPay. Love those guys. They have a big update this week. I think their app went live. Their card, right? You can get a card. You can spend your crypto. Really cool. MVGA, PTAI, and Guard. Good stuff. Just seeing if I see anything that's standing out to me other than kind of smaller market cap tokens here. Yeah, nothing noteworthy. But on to Sunny, let me refresh too. I've not seen how many tokens I'm getting yet. I don't know how it's even looking. So this completed at tier 2. Cats, you can help me here. What's the FTV this launches at tier 2? Eagle Eye, is it true? And hang on, is this true? And if it is, Coinbase is a public company launching a token. Okay, it is true. Yeah, and we're going to get to those actual headlines. We'll get to some of the video, the announcements. It is true. They are launching a token. It's a different environment now. I don't think they have that, legal concern, or it's like they can navigate it now because they know, what it is? They know what's coming. If we don't have the Clarity Act passed yet, and we don't, And there's another bill that's introduced too that needs to pass as well. They must know they're going to pass, right? They must have assurances that's going to pass. They're not going to spend time thinking through tokenomics and how they're going to distribute the token and what it looks like, right? They're not going to spend that time if they're not very confident that's going to pass and that it's like, that it's kosher. So it's going to be totally cool. We need to figure out if we get to eat from that. Thank you, Cats. All right, so Sunny launched at a $484,000 FDV. There was that pre-sale that happened with their partner, that KOL on Backrooms, right? And they got in at what, 290K. So, Cats, to your point, in our chat, they got in half the price. They got it cheaper. They got it half off, but they're locked. Virgins can sell this token right now. There's no penalty. Instant unlock, which is awesome. That said, where are we at? 900. Okay, you're actually up. You're kind of even right now. But if you sold right now, you're actually up the tiniest bit. So not bad. And actually, if you got out right out of the gate, let's flip to market cap. Right out of the gate, you're looking at, just under a 2x. I'm holding Sunny. I think they're spicy. I like what they're cooking. I bet on teams, In fact, I'm probably going to stake these tokens. I'm probably going to stake because I actually think they're cooking something that makes a lot of sense. The thing I was most bullish on talking with them yesterday is what was that tech thing they had where basically it establishes provenance of memes. I think that's brilliant. That was like the coolest thing I think they had going. So I dig it. Eagle Eye, I'm with you. Top 5, maybe top 10, but we're talking, when Base launches that token. At this point, I'm going to say when they launch that token, you're all of a sudden looking at a top 10 crypto. That big. It's that big of a deal. They are instantly competing with like Solana, right? They're instantly in that conversation. There's some news on that front too. Solana versus Base. That's going to get really spicy. It's going to be a massive token. And you putting your time and energy into virtuals might mean that you get some of that token. It might mean that. We'll talk through that a bit too. Cats, we need to talk about that Friday. And heads up, Cats on the show Friday again. Can't wait. We'll get into that Base talk even more then. Covered it today too. We don't know airdrop though. We don't know. But Sunny's doing an airdrop. So I'm going to stake. I'm back to thinking, well, I never changed my mind about this. I think this market's going to pick right back up. And when it does, I want to be betting on great teams. This is a great team. I think the product sounds very, very interesting. So I'm going to support Sunny here. Again, you're at a, just over break even right now. I don't see any great reason to sell. You probably have those initial dumpers, and maybe they're out, maybe they're not. I don't know, but I don't see us going much lower than this, and I see some good upside here. Let's see some partners they announce. Yo, why is Vader a goof? I like Vader. I got I got things about Vader that I wish were like different, right? But I think Vader's a good bet still. There you go, Hiz. Yeah, Friday's gonna be awesome. Getting into, Friday shows now sponsored by Predict Base. We'll get into the prediction markets. I messed up my markets from last Friday. I'm kind of bummed about that. I messed them up. They weren't good markets. There's a learning curve to it, and I need to learn it and be able to share with you guys a little better than that. But hey, fun at least, and there's opportunities there. So Sunny, we'll keep our eyes here. We'll look for updates. They did announce the project, and let's pull it up here. I see. We got a few posts from virtuals too. We'll get into. Yeah. I'm gonna pull up real quick the Sunny agent because on the stream yesterday, they mentioned they had an NFT project they were partnering with. Vader's way ahead of the curve. What's up, Catsy? Good to see you, man. Where is it? Hang on. Here it is. This is the Ape Chain project they're partnered with. Serenian NFT. This is a ApeCoin or Ape Chain NFT collection. They've got a campaign going on. So I imagine you can go right to their site, get in on that campaign, start making content, get paid, right? Awesome. There's going to be a lot of products like this, but I don't think there's a lot of teams like that, right? Like the Sunny team. I don't think there's a lot of teams like that. I'm betting on them, man. So really happy. I got to say too, guys, and I'll save more of my thoughts about this specific thing I'm going to mention till we get to, more talk about virtuals. There's a lot of talk about virtuals right now. I'm pretty frustrated with virtuals. Just going to be honest, I am. Points, what they're worth, right? How far they go. And also, I had that issue with my points expiring when I don't think they should have been. I lost like 100,000 points here in the past, 10 days or so. It's a little frustrating. It's a lot of points to lose when it took me months of grinding up to that. So we'll get into that a bit more too. I think I spent 60,000 points on the Sunny drop. Yeah, 60,000 points. I want to say it was like 10 virtual ballpark, right? I might have a refund here. Let me see. I probably have a little refund. Yeah, I have 2 backs. Okay, I ended up spending probably 7 virtual. 7 virtual here. So let's see what I have to claim and let's see what it's worth. So 7 virtual, I probably spent what, like $10-ish, $10? Do I have that right? $10? And let's see what it's worth. And I can already say it's probably not worth, I was going to say the time commitment. I love it anyway, so it is. But, there's some people here that are, trying to make some big splashy plays. P hash. Thank you, Cats. Yeah, P hash is super interesting. All right. Looks like I have 37, almost 40,000 tokens from the pre-sale here, right? I got 386 tokens from staking virtual, right? So let's just say I have about 40,000 tokens. I think I spent about $10 on it. If I sell 40,000, we're looking at, $36. So 3x or so. The math doesn't math to me, dude. I don't know what it is, but if I got that pre-sale at what, 800K FTV, I don't know why I'd be up 3x. But this is just me not getting tokenomics fully. I think I got it right, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm happy with it. Tricky thing is it's hard to get enough points now to make, do any real damage here in the market. Prototype still is where it's at. I heard Will on his show this morning. Yeah, Cats, does something feel off? Like, am I just misunderstanding tokenomics? Something feels just off. Good off. I'm not complaining. I'm up, I think 3x. But if Whale Intel's saying, 1.25, I only committed, 7 virtual. Maybe some of that virtual was left from last drop. Let's say I did 10. But if I did 10, again, we're looking at, $37. That's like, well, it's a 3x for me. So again, something's not adding up. Unless they kicked a little extra back to us, which is cool. We do have some cool drops coming up. Nothing super spicy, but there's some stuff out there I like. Ooh, Cat, hang on. Okay, let's run Cat's numbers here. Cat had 280 points. He got 125 virtual. He got 208,000 tokens. Who else got in? What'd you guys get? How'd you do? So Cats, what is that? $188. I mean, not bad, right? Cats, for you, worth it? And how'd you guys do? What'd you commit? And how's that bag looking? I'm so curious, man. I was like, how many weeks into, Genesis V2 are we? And we're still trying to feel things out. And I don't think we have a good feel for it, right? Mike, yeah, dude, yeah. Real. We're just gonna get to it too here, Mike, too. So you didn't miss it. But yeah, there's really a base token coming. They have some big news, so kind of excited for. Well, not even kind of. It's exciting. Not selling, not negative EV. There you go. It's a win. It's a win. And in the market like it is now, where it feels like there's a lot of upside, just big win. Quickly, I want to check in on Spira and Fables, just see how they're looking here. Right, these completed last week. Good projects. Spira, 1.5 mil FTV. You're probably you're kind of even there. You might be a little, you're probably down the tiniest bit because those were tier 3, that and Fables both. Fables actually is up, I think. Actually, no. Spira's a little ahead of Fables. Fables also tier 3. So 1.5 mil FTV here. So yeah, interesting. Those are both good projects. So we're starting to feel out where's the, where are these going to settle at? That's our target right now, Yeah, wild. Mike, I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute, dude. It's good to see you. Now, what we have coming up, again, there's probably 2 or 3 agents on the board that I'm like, okay, interesting. Spidey sense is telling me we got something coming up, though. Okay, I'm just going to say. Spidey sense is telling me we're going to have a big launch coming. Sometimes I hear about them early. In this case, I didn't hear anything early, but I got a feel, dude. I got a feel. Nothing live on the board right now, so heads up, nothing to pledge to. We're a nice quiet period. But Waveform is interesting. Waveform is launching tomorrow. Interested in this one. It's another trading agent, DeFi type ecosystem. We'll get more into this, I think, at launch, and I would love to get this team on the show. Right? This is interesting. This is migrating from Solana to Base. I don't know if they have a token on Solana already. I kind of think not if they're launching here, but Solana project moving to Base, very capable builder. I want to know what the results are. I want to know if it's actually making people money. That's what matters. And you have the person here, the dev here, saying he's using it to trade, and it's like free wins for him. He's got a high batting average here with his own tools. Can we get the same kind of action out of it? I hope so. But what matters is where's their data coming from, right? And what's it costing you to make these trades, things like that. So these are things we need to learn a bit more. But keep your eyes on this one. Watch how it's going when it starts, when the sale starts tomorrow, what kind of points are going to it, what kind of tier, what tier it's going to complete at. There might be something here. I would say, Cats, hang on, let's see. They had a Sol token. See, great info. So they did have a Sol token. 55% of the supply is going right to them, and we don't know if it's locked, right, if it's vested, if they, get it right away and can dump. But if that token market cap was 2.2 mil, do you expect it to be higher over here, lower? What? Well, we saw with Billy Betts, right? It's doing better over on Base. So maybe you could make the argument that it's going to do better over here, but I don't know. So just think that this is very much like Billy Betts, existing token coming over here. It's fine. It's fine. But here's the thing. If the product wasn't cooking over there, and I don't know if it was or wasn't, I don't know that we expect it to over here. Let's see. Underserved. I can't recall either. I know what this one is. We talked about this a couple weeks back, right? This is the thing that helps you make content, but in other languages. I don't remember if this was pushed back, right? Right, Cats know exactly that. They did a migration, right? It wasn't a brand new token. Yep. But the move, it's just that there's a move from chain to chain, right? It's interesting. Maybe it matters a lot less, though, with some of these base updates here, so we'll see. Anyway, Underserved coming out here in 3 days. Not super bullish on that one. Again, helps you create content in other languages. Cool enough idea. Does it move the needle? Any hype around that? Not really. But I hope it does well. Agent Zero, maybe a little different story. There's something very interesting here. TLDR on this one. Teams get to, raise some funds before TGE, actually unlock funds at different milestones here, not like, market cap milestone unlocks. It's essentially it's an AI that's going to rate the project. And when it scores them a certain number, they unlock money. So it's going to review the project and the roadmap and their deliverables. And as they achieve certain things, they unlock funding. Pretty cool. The first project that they're working with, I think it's like a $10,000, unlock for them. Interesting idea. Now, here's the deal. Let me see. Hang on. Let me double check. I thought I had them lined up for the show. I don't think I do. I was about to say they're coming on the show. I don't think I have them. Do want them on the show. I do want them on the show. But I'm watching that one. I think that's interesting. Again, there's nothing on here that's screaming at me like just gonna melt faces. I don't see it. But I'm watching Agent Zero. I do think that's gonna complete. Tier 1, 2, 3. Probably. I have trouble seeing 3. 1 or 2 is what I'm thinking. And then Taika, push back, to this was supposed to launch last week or maybe even this past Monday. Push back a couple weeks. I like these guys. I said last week, I was telling you, I like them a lot. I'm going to support them. And I'll do it, get them on the show, yes. Personally, I'm going to support them. Just knowing that team, and I think they're great, dude. And like I say, I want to support good people. It's good people here, man. Whatever I can do to support these guys, I'm going to do. This comes from the founders of the Littles NFT project. I like them a lot. I think their project's interesting. Avatars you can launch in Fortnite, in Roblox, those kind of games. And I didn't quite understand the why. And then it kind of clicked for me. And it might sound simple, but I get why it would work. So think of Fortnite. Or no, let's do Roblox, for example, right? In Roblox, you launch this avatar, and it's AI powered. let's say you go in the game and play it, and my kids go in and play it. There's an avatar that lives there. It's a character that lives there that remembers them. It remembers what they did last time, they talked to each other. It remembers like stuff about the game, and it's this little thing that makes the game a little more sticky. It keeps the player there a little longer, maybe a lot longer. Probably gets them coming back, and I know they have the metrics to show that it actually does, that it actually works, that it's actually moving the needle for these games, which I think is awesome. Chef, what's up, man? Dude, great to see you. Love that guy. I think it moves the needle. And this is different. I don't think we've seen something quite like this on Genesis yet. So again, I bet on teams that have a product that makes some sense, that's kind of unique, that's different. Well, this to me is that total package. I don't think, again, melting faces, no. But cool that the idea could work in a big way. It could. I'm not sure. But I'll bet on the team. I will. I think they got a great track record. I'm going to support those good builders. They'll be on the show here soon. We might do a spaces this week too. In fact, I think we might do a space on Thursday. Stay tuned for details about that. But this launch is 2 weeks off. Other than that, guys, on the board, dude, nothing. There's nothing I'm looking forward to. There's just not, which is kind of a bummer, man. Here, let me peek. I'm trying to remember who I had coming on tomorrow. I should know this. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Okay, guys. I do have this team coming on tomorrow. Agent Zero, their team is coming tomorrow. Okay, on the show tomorrow. So there we go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing more about that one, man. I am. I really, really. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Again, I think there's something interesting there. So we'll poke that project. Let's see if that's going to help teams get off the ground here, get that funding they need. Again, on the show tomorrow. That should be cool. Wouldn't let you, Eagle, I hadn't considered that until recently. Like, I didn't realize Roblox, I think this is right, guys. Roblox banned in China. Is that right? It's an interesting topic, man. See Becker on. Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, dude. Becker gave away in total like 350,000. But I saw he did it to a couple people, gave like a big chunk of money. I like it. People are shitting on Becker, and I'm sorry. I like what he did. I'm totally fine with people doing their streams there. Like some of I did a stream over there. Like, I'm doing the Pump Fun streaming. That's just personal stuff, but I'm all about it. I think that meta is super interesting. I'm going to think if it makes sense to do this show over there too. I want to be in the thing that makes sense, that, grows the audience. If I can bring a different audience to, virtuals, I want to. I definitely want to. So I dig it. All right. Last thing I want to talk about on the Genesis front. I want to show you guys Laura. Do I want to? I don't know. It's close. This one gets close to NSFW, and I'm not going to cover that stuff. Yeah, go look at it yourself. How about that? I just look at that video though, and I died laughing looking at this. This thing killed me, man. Killed me. The video is just so ridiculous. And I'm like, please don't buy that shit. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's awesome. Go check out the Laura video. If you want to laugh, just go check it out. That's the thing with Becker. He's a freaking goofball, and I think he means well. And I don't think the dude has bad intentions. I don't think he's a rugger. I like Alex Becker, dude. I like him. I'm not going to buy the token, but the token doing what it did was not because of him. It's not because he rugged anything. It's what the Pump Fun tokens are doing. You're live, they're cooking. When you're done, they're not. I like Becker. All right, let me just check one. Oh, we have. Let me see. It's that buy. Sorry, the Shop X. Okay. Shop X, I think is a rebrand. Or I should say a relaunch. I think it is. If not, it's very similar to other things that have tried to launch here. Shopping Agent. I think this is a relaunch, something that didn't bond before, didn't complete, and is trying again. If not, either way, I don't know that we got anything here. Dude, Gravity, right? It's such a goofball video. It's like, it's so low effort. And for the market they're going after, I'm like, why? Why? I'm so curious, dude, if people like go for that project. I'm curious. Yeah, we'll see. And there you go, Mike. Yeah, he's like, don't touch that stuff. You don't have to. Nobody's forced. Like, I saw bigger accounts unfollow Becker and like block him, mute and whatever. I'm like, come on, man. Let people have some fun. Dude, incredible things, right? Yeah. So there you go. There's what's coming up on Genesis. Again, none of it's blowing me away. I'm a little bummed. That said, I think we got spoiled on virtuals. I do think we have a different caliber, different kind of quality project that's here in season 3, Genesis V2, right? We've got different stuff. That said, there was great shit that launched before. So we just need more of it. And I do think we need an adjustment to points and tokenomics. And I do think that's coming too. All right, so let's get into the base stuff. It's a big deal, and again, it matters a lot here for what we do and the stuff we're trading. But you have one of the Virtuals team members, Miratisu. She's out at base camp. She out at base camp. Again, that's out in Vermont. It's, the base employees meeting. It's like a State of the Union. And they're networking, and they happen to have some really big announcements there. Really spicy stuff, okay? So first off, a big focus on building, which is awesome. And that's great to hear if we're trying to get teams. We're trying to get teams here in the Virtuals ecosystem on base. It's great to see them putting a big focus on that, right? So they're talking about things like grants and accelerators and getting these VCs connected up here. Awesome stuff. That's something we should be rooting for. Base batches number 2 kicks off end of September here. And again, supporting builders on base. Can't not love that. They also announced, and this is a big deal, guys. This maybe moves the needle for us on our bags. Maybe. I'm not convinced, but maybe. But a bridge between base and Solana. This is live on their testnet now. So this being live on mainnet probably isn't far off. And so what does it mean? We might, should we play the clip? Let me see. Maybe we play that clip. But I'll just say this general idea here, guys. All that liquidity on Solana, now having this instant way to bridge over to base. Maybe you can spend your SOL on base projects. You can swap your tokens, right? You can swap those SPL tokens for ERC20s on base. Goes the other way too. You just are all of a sudden able to tap into all that Solana liquidity. Here's the problem though. Are we going to bring that Solana culture over here that so many people worked hard to get away from? And that's a big old maybe, man. Like, I don't know if everybody wants the Solana energy over here. Either way, dude, if base is cooking, they're going to come over if it's easy or hard, right? If there's money to be made here, they're coming. So either way, you don't stop it, but this is going to speed run us to that. But there you go. Base and Solana kind of, yeah, they're saying it. Interoperable, which is pretty damn cool. Let me play this video real quick. I don't remember if I watched, but kind of a big deal, man. Yeah, Gary's right, dude. I know some guys that are cooking doing that live shopping stuff. Actually, I need to look into that because that fits what I kind of used to do. Kind of like, buying, flipping stuff. I used to love that. Kind of in the same vein, flipping stuff kind of live, right? Yeah, let's check out this video, man. I'm curious. This is potentially a big deal, though. Again, if you get Solana guys now who get, easier exposure to virtuals, good thing. Yeah, Mike, there's probably always a way to have done it too, right? There's products out there where you can bridge or transfer whatever your SOL to Bitcoin, ETH to Bitcoin, any blockchain to any blockchain. There's services out there. Maybe they're harder to find. Maybe they're harder to use. Maybe they cost a lot, but an official bridge, it does help. So I like it. It's a big update. It's a good update. Yeah, let's hear from Jesse.
For a better global economy to work, we need it to be interoperable and connected, not isolated and closed. If it's isolated and closed, we risk rebuilding the same silos that we have today on a new tech. And to help make this vision a reality, I'm really excited that today we're launching a new bridge between Base and Solana. I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited about this.
I love Jesse, by the way. I don't know why. He's like, he's just a fucking nerdy guy, and I love that. And he's a builder, and he's putting himself out there. And he gets so fucking nervous to do these keynote speeches. And he puts himself out there. It's like, fuck it, he does it anyway. I don't know. I like this guy.
And it's built for developers. The goal of this bridge is to make it so you can build seamlessly across both Base and Solana with Sol, with ERC20s, and with SPL tokens. It lets you do three things. First, you can deposit and use Sol in any Base app.
Huge.
So if you're a developer building an app, you're just gonna be able to use Sol. You're gonna be able to bring over those balances and have it just work. Second,
think of that, guys. The guys are in the trenches over on Solana. By the way, tell me if we got echo, anything like that. Audio gets funny sometimes, but guys in the trenches who now, look, maybe I'm streaming something on Solana and I'm showing predict base. This is something I want to do, by the way. I want to have prediction markets baked through my streams. Maybe I'm streaming on Solana. I'm talking to a super degen Solana audience. And I'm like, yo, guys, I'm going to launch a prediction market right now. Boom, here it is on predict base. Go spend your Sol on it, or quickly through this, through the wallet, swap your Sol for, base ETH or Predi or USDC on base. It's a big unlock. I get instantly how that matters.
You can be able to import any Solana token into your Base app. So you can build on the economy that's growing there, help creators, do whatever you want seamlessly across the two ecosystems. And then third, you can be able to take Base tokens that you've created and export them to Solana. So you can tap into the liquidity there. And this means for builders and creators, you get access to more users, more liquidity, more tools to build. And for users, it means it's just going to work. The experiences that developers are going to build are going to take away the complexity.
We knew this was coming, as in maybe we didn't know they were building a bridge, but we knew that the blockchain would be more interoperable. You know what I mean? Like, we've been hoping for that. We want to see it all abstracted away. We don't want to switch what network we're on. We want our coins to work everywhere. And Magic Eden's pushed in that direction, right? And OpenSea's pushed in that direction. But man, if we can get that at the blockchain level, right? If we can just have that baked in where we don't ever even have to think about it. My tokens work anywhere. They work everywhere. The swaps are instant. Spend anything on anything. And I'll tell you this, man, I can't wait till we get to the point, and I know we will, where you can spend an NFT for something. Might sound silly, but like, if there's something behind the scenes, picture this. I take let me think. Gee, Slam Cutie, good to see you, man. Okay, I take my Good Vibe Club NFT. Let's say it's worth $500, right? And I want to go buy $500 worth of Predi. Well, what if right in the app, I literally just swap that? Because behind the scenes, something takes my NFT and it sells it, dumps it into a bid, and just then, again, behind the scenes, swaps it for Predi. We're a little off from that, but that's where it's going to go. Swap any on-chain asset for any on-chain asset. Maybe you're on like the bad end of that trade too, but the fact that you can do it so quickly that it's going to be convenient for you is a big win. And we're heading that way. So this is one of those steps towards it. I love it. It's a huge win. So great for our ecosystem here on Base. Should be really excited that they're innovating like this. And it just sets up the bigger thing, the bigger unlock, which is, there you go. At the same conference, at the keynote, Jesse announces a Base token. Now he says we're going to begin exploring that token. And guys, it's not coming anytime soon. I wouldn't expect it next month. I wouldn't expect it this year even. In fact, I think there's a scenario where we don't get it even in 2026, although I probably bet we do. But I wouldn't be shocked if it doesn't come that long. They don't have it yet. They don't know what it's going to look like. They're just announcing that they're exploring it, and they're going to build it out in public. They don't know the right way to do it. And I can get why they're doing this, by the way, because, man, thinking through tokenomics and what's fair and what's not. Well, shit, dude. Today, you might figure out what works for the market today, and 3 months down the road, things might completely change, and you now need to target a different audience, or you need to adjust tokenomics, right? Doing it out in the open so there's like a consensus and there's no confusion, anything, it makes sense. So this is going to be like kind of a grindy thing. And again, don't expect it now. We're not getting a big old base stimmy yet, but it's coming. I think it's important to note that they said exploring instead of we are launching, right? There's also that baby chance that it doesn't even happen. I think they're going to. I'm pretty sure. If I'm a betting man, I'm like 99% sure they're launching this token. But just to be clear, they said they're exploring it. But it's legit. When it happens at that event, it's legit. When Brian Armstrong tweets it out, you know it's legit. There is a base token coming. Let's play a bit of this clip.
As we started pulling our head up from that and thinking about the next chapter, 2026 and beyond, we've asked ourselves, we're at tens of millions of people today. What does it look like for base to meet for everyone on a global scale, for billions of people? And we didn't know all the answers, but we zeroed in on a few things. The first is that we believe that base has to be a decentralized network. And we made good progress on this. Base is stage 1 today, but we also have a lot more work to do. Second, we believe at our core that builders, that creators, that the people participating in the economy have to be aligned participants. Because the economy can only work if we're the ones shaping it and benefiting from it. And then finally, we know that we need to keep pushing the boundaries of what we can do with crypto. Because the only way we're going to have this positive impact on the world is if we're willing to push boundaries and be creative and figure out how these new tools can unlock new systems for all of us. And so with those as the North Stars, we're going to be exploring a network token for base.
What if what if it's a stable coin, man? They would never, right? They would never. But why not? It's a big deal, man. Yeah, Mike Bennett, Brian always said they would never have a base token. In fact, it was in their bio, wasn't it? Didn't their bio say not launching a token? It was something really specific, and like they updated their bio now. Can't remember what it was before, but now it's saying Base is beginning to explore a network token. I think before it was Base does not have a network token coming, which maybe should have been like fucking like our little hint. But there it is, man. We're getting a Base token. And how we get the token then, what it's going to look like, how much, don't know, guys. Don't know. We don't know anything. We know nothing. But I think it's safe to assume, guys, it is, who said it earlier? Who said it? Was it Eagle? Was it DK? Was it somebody said earlier, and they were right. This is going to be one of the top cryptos, period. Like, period. This is going to be probably a top 10 token. So you look down the list of tokens here, and you can understand why. Like, Base is a massive blockchain. Millions and millions and millions of users of Coinbase that are going to get funneled to the Base app, to the Base blockchain. It's going to get pretty freaking spicy. It is going to be one of the most, I was going to say exclusive drops, but I don't think that's the case. But it might be one of the biggest airdrops we've seen in crypto, depending on how it goes, right? The potential's there. So look, it's going to be in the company of like Tron and Doge and Solana, right? It's going to be up in this ballpark here. It'll be a top 10 token. Yeah, let me see what's below. Like Cardano, it'll be bigger than Cardano. And we're going by like, right, FDV. It's going to be a massive, massive token. And it's exciting that we're going to have a chance to get it. So what we're all hoping is that from using the Base blockchain, that you might get a token drop. Fair, Eagle Eye, yeah. Stable doesn't make it decentralized. I mean, it does and it doesn't, right? It depends. But no, fair. Makes it less fun. Cats doesn't expect a huge payday. I'm kind of there too, because they have investors that probably are going to get the payday. And I think instead of giving you like stupid money to play with, they're going to spread it out so everybody gets $20, $30. But we can look at how they did Zora. Zora wasn't nothing. I was surprised I got more out of Zora than I thought I would. I got probably $200 from Zora for what? Making a creator coin. Trying to think what else. I tokenized like an episode of my show. I didn't use it much, and it was a couple $100. Base might be similar. You might get a couple $100 for using virtuals the way you have. Maybe some of us will get, $1,000, maybe a couple grand if you're like a power user. I wouldn't expect something like SOS back in the day. I wouldn't expect a $5,000 or $10,000 payday, but maybe it's going to be a massive token. Maybe. Interesting if the Base token was used as gas instead of ETH. Dude, it would be. I don't think people would like that, but why not, right? What else would you use it for, right? What else would you have that token for? I might not be surprised if they do. I don't know, dude. That's a really good point. But we'll see. And again, we got a long time here. We have a long time till we see this, so who knows? And so you can't really come up with a strategy yet here. But I do like a team like Virtual's already pushing this, right? And what they're pushing is, hey, when you guys do this thing, maybe incentivize the projects. And I hope this is the case here. Great minds, dude, right? Ethermage is like, dude, okay, here, feedback for base. Incentivize the projects that are building in your ecosystem that support their own tokens, like Virtuals does. Would love it, guys. And I wouldn't be surprised if there are some targeted parts of the airdrop that, that are targeted to those, like, just the high quality projects, protocols on base that have the communities already, that are, the projects that are supporting their own communities. That it would make a lot of sense. Base is that chain for builders. So it wouldn't surprise me if they actually take that advice and do it. It would be awesome. So yeah, saying instead of doing emissions like other L2s, that's based on network activity, emit to projects who buy back native tokens using their protocol app revenue, or do both, right? If they do both, Virtual stands to do well. But right, the focus on that second half there, projects who are supporting their own token. I'm hoping so, man. And if that's the case, then we maybe eat. So, man, exciting stuff. That was big. That's some of the biggest news we've seen in a minute here. It's weird, like kind of unexpected. Also, we kind of expected it too, but huge news. I'll keep you updated there. We'll be plugged right into that as soon as we have details on what it looks like and the how and how we can go grind away for it. We'll be right on that. But a big old deal. Base token coming. Okay, now back to Virtuals. Something's it's really interesting in Virtuals right now. Again, we're talking about Genesis and points and all this stuff, right? Like it doesn't feel off. It also doesn't feel great. It's not the same. And by the way, nothing in crypto is right now. There's nothing like super exciting. There's nothing super rewarding right now. But Virtuals is definitely not what it was. And so everything empty tweeting out here that 5 months ago they launched Genesis. They had these like goals here, right? Bring team token transparency, kill snipers, bring attention to launches. But they want feedback on getting better. Dude, I hope they listen, and I think they will. It needs to get a lot better. A lot better. Because, look, even when this heats back up, if you're sitting here, points is a problem right off the bat. Right off the bat. That it's hard to grind points, and it should be, by the way. But there needs to be a way for you to catch back up. There does, without you having to spend a fortune. The guys who are ahead are so far ahead and are winning so much more than everybody else. That needs to be tweaked. The points expiring needs to be tweaked big time. Big time. I'm salty about that still. I am. I like 100,000 points of mine are evaporated in the past, week and a half. Shouldn't be. Part of what they need to do, guys, the two biggest things I think they need to do to support these launches, dude, fix your virtual support, right? Have not just, I think they got one support person. You need a virtual support team, and man, go support your content creators. You got to do. I was so happy to see, I think it was Ethermage, maybe it was Everything Empty, but tell Big Will, like, I think he's going to come on his show, which is awesome, dude. Yes. Go on Big Will's show, come on my show, like, support your content creators. Because if you want to bring attention back to this space, man, you did it on your own. I know. I know. You guys did it. You also had Vader that helped a ton, but it's the content creators that really keep the conversation going, keeps the momentum. It's the content creators. Otherwise, look, if Will wasn't doing his show, if I wasn't doing my show, if Katz and Katsy and you guys weren't doing your tweets, is anybody doing anything on this platform? I don't think so. It's keeping people like plugged in between launches and between, big releases. It keeps them entertained. Like, without that, I'm sorry, I think Virtuals look completely different. So like Will just mentioned too, that they had feedback for Genesis and launches and good. But again, just getting him on the show. There it is. Everything Empty. Huge unlock. Get him on the show. Get these guys on the show. Get them regularly on these shows. Keep that feedback between project and team. Keep that thing open and keep it always, right? They really got to step that up. That is, has nothing to do with Genesis, but in a way has everything to do with Genesis. And keep doing what they're doing recently, which is partnering with other protocols and other projects on Virtuals and build out in that direction. This really decentralized, cool little network of protocols, right? Building through Backdoor, doing pre-sales through that is awesome. I don't hate AI Rocket, and I don't love it either, but I like the idea. There is something there. I like these other pre-sale projects. There's something there. It's Mike, it is. These chats we have, they're make or break for projects sometimes. You can have a project that nobody knows about and is talking about, go from that to all of a sudden the hottest thing if they get a chance to get that exposure. And if these shows aren't there, they're not getting that exposure, man. They're not. They got to support these shows. They have to. They need to tweak points. They need to tweak staking rewards. They need to tweak unlocks, right? All these things. They need to tweak selling penalty. There's a lot of things they need to tweak. Some things that need to be changed outright. And it's all doable. But I think the biggest needle mover is get way more engaged in this community here. I think that moves the needle. I think it gets people excited, you know? So I like that. Adding to that too, some of you pointed this out too. I know Katz did too. I have felt for a little while, I don't know if their foot was on the gas the way it used to be. So Virtuals puts out like a monthly summary of what's been going on there, right? And so last week they put out their, I think this might be a 2-month report, right? They missed a month. Yeah, keep it fresh, Mike. Things need to keep changing keep it fresh. Keep iterating as you go. And they do that. So, you know, I don't have a problem with their pace of iterating. I do have an issue with like the pace of like innovating, which sometimes it stops. But I'll tell you, man, because they don't talk to us, because on the back end, I can tell you teams are saying they're having trouble getting a hold of Virtuals. It kind of feels like they're not around. And that's not good, dude. If the community can't get them, if I can't get support, if projects aren't hearing from them, I'm sorry, that only feels like one thing, which is maybe they're throttling back. Maybe they got comfortable. Maybe they're treating it with a little less urgency than they were before. All those are maybes. I have no idea. I have no idea, right? We had Dawn on the show a few weeks back, right? So clearly they're still around. But something changed when they built like they used to build. And compared to what we've seen lately, it just doesn't feel like it's there. And then, so seeing this was interesting. It was kind of like confirmation, saying, made me realize we've been messing around too long. Time to get our shit together and focus. I'm like, good. Okay, I love that. But are you telling me that what I felt was maybe right? That you weren't really in it? And I kind of wonder, again, that push towards these like decentralized other, you know, protocols makes me think that they weren't, because a lot of things they're doing now with these other platforms are things that I thought Virtuals would do, like natively on their platform, like just the more innovative pre-sales and token launches, things like that, community efforts, stuff like I thought it was stuff that Virtuals would do on their own, and they didn't. So I'm hoping this is them getting back to that more native stuff in the Virtuals ecosystem. Cool shit, stuff that gets us excited, stuff that gets the community paid. I'm sorry, that's a big part of what has people playing over here. To support projects, yes, but I'm telling you, dude, we're only here supporting projects if we get to eat too. Facts, right? Facts. I mean, I think we all love the tech. I know it. We like the tech here a lot. We're in it for the tech, but I'm just being real. If we weren't making money along the way, we wouldn't be here. And especially right now in Virtuals, and it's been this way for probably months, we're not really making money on Virtuals. Bags, if they're not even, are probably down. I don't think anybody's really up. Unless you're lucky or not lucky, unless you were smart and bet on, you know, heavy on something like Aristotle or something, you know, then you're looking good. Or bought Pretty on the dip, you know, a while back, right? There's certain things that if you did it, you're fine. Otherwise, you're flat, you're down, and you're not seeing anything coming up that's going to catch you back up or get you, you know, back in the green. If you don't do that, people are gone. Just as, dude, every bit as much as they're focused on builders, right? You know, we got to attract the teams. We need the high quality teams. Yeah, you do. Definitely. So you focused on them. If you don't do the same to the traders, you got the same problem. You have projects launch and nobody that wants to buy their stuff. So these boys got to tweak stuff, and I think they're going to. And so, like I say over and over and over, I bet on teams. I still bet on the Virtuals team. I'll keep doing it. I think they're going to be back for, I don't know what we call it. That's not going to be season 4. It's, I don't know what it is. But I think they're going to be back, and they're going to be back stronger than ever. And that's my bet. Now, okay, this pullback, by the way, not exclusive to them. Creator bid, same thing. I mean, creator bid's down bad too. I am very excited to start getting more into creator bid. I'm a little late to the game there, but absolutely going to start covering that. I'm not going to get into this. Will actually did a good breakdown of his bags, his portfolio over there, and said the same thing. His shit's down too, man. But it's time for us to, kind of branch out a bit. Yeah, 3.5 or yeah. There we go. We're going to be like iPhone, in the next few years, we'll be up to like Virtuals V, season 11, 15 set. Well, yeah, we got a long way to go. We got a long journey with the Virtuals crew. I'm happy. We are going to start getting into the robotic stuff too. Again, that's Vader's focus. Mike, okay, so good question. Some of my streams are like just personal me stuff, and then, this is definitely our CryptoSlam Swarm show. I just don't want to mix them and get people confused that token is like official anything CryptoSlam, right? I just want to make sure there's a separation. That said, I do want to talk to the team and see if there's a reason we should be doing it. Like, it's a different time now. I want to bring that audience over here. Like, I really do, man. There you go. Yay. Get a head start, dude. Yeah. But these streams will be on here. And again, I'm going to chat with the team and see if it's just worth doing it in both spots. It's good for attention. It'd be good for the show, and I think it'd be good for virtuals and good for CryptoSlam if we do it there too. So yeah, we'll figure that out. Vader, I'm going to put a big focus on Vader. I'm not fading these guys. In fact, guys, I think I'm going to end up getting the meta glasses. I'm pretty fucking sure I'm going to get those meta glasses. And it's a new way you can get Vader points, I think. That's fair too, Hoods. Yeah. So again, as we get more into the robotic stuff, we'll have plenty to talk about, even just with Vader, right? But they got this cool thing. You wear the meta glasses, you film what you're doing, and it's like, I don't know, it's recording all that data, ultimately training robots on that stuff. Love it. So Ego Play. That's their new system where, again, meta glasses you watch, you're in their closed beta, Vader points. I like it. Dude, I've been thinking for a couple months of getting those glasses. This probably gets me over the hump, and yeah, it gets me getting them. Mike, less about uniform. It's just to avoid confusion, right? Just to avoid anything messy. Because again, if you're on Pump Fun, you have a token. And it's just I just don't want things to get messy and confusing, and it's just a thing to figure out. So dude, I got to shout out BlueDex. This is the last week's story, but it's freaking awesome, right? So Athena's got these awesome insights, right? Awesome signals. If you're going to trade now, BlueDex has been like bullish on his own thing for a while, and he should be. He's told us like, dude, it wins all the time. And so we entered a trading competition. Check that out. Competition on Gains Network. First place. Look at that. $7,000 prize he won. Almost an 80% win rate. 313 trades over 30 days. I mean, if you need evidence, and I did actually need it, I needed evidence that AI can trade maybe better than a human. There you go. And I don't think AI traded, right? He makes the trades, but it was like insights from Athena. Now, what we don't know is how much was the insights and how much was him taking it and like adjusting the position on his own. Because it might be 50-50. It might be half of that was BlueDex's, own trading skills. I don't know that yet, but that's a pretty impressive win rate there. So yeah, GG's to this guy, dude. Freaking awesome. Really, really, like, if we saw like if that was mostly AI driven, then look out. Then this thing really does work. All right, final thing, and I just want to peek at the Vader account because I think Katz had mentioned a tweet. I want to make sure I've got the most recent tweet. Let me check the other Vader research. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, dude, I'm excited for the robotic stuff. Yeah, the Ray-Ban stuff. That might be it. But again, I think I'm gonna have those, and I might look ridiculous with them, and I kind of don't care. Yeah, I think that's awesome. Oh, Cass, what were you saying? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Well, let's see. All right, let's see. Oh shit. Smart. Dude, like always, dude, I never fade virtuals, man. I needed that lesson. So what, past couple weeks, exactly what I said today. is what since the Vader change. Look, it obvious shit, right? If you can sense the obvious things, you're ahead. When Vader made the pivot to robotics, it was clear where this is going. I wasn't sure Virtuals was following them there, but they are. Virtuals not just about software native agents. Oh, dude, it's all starting to click. The terminology they've been using, and not just them actually. It's like NVIDIA uses this too. It's not, there's the software native agents and then robotic agents. They're calling robotics physical AI, right? That's a term that's starting to pick up there. Maybe it's been there for a while and I'm newer to it, right? But physical AI. Virtuals is fueling the next wave of robotic agents. It's going to be a huge sector, guys. Huge. It might be bigger than just the AI wave we had. It might be because like robots is part of this wave of automation that's coming. It's very much AI, but it's very much robots. I think, guys, deep AI, yeah, decentralized physical AI. That's it, dude. It's exciting stuff. Okay, so Thread guy was talking about like Uber stuff, right? And like Uber Eats, and we all know that's all going to get automated away here, and that's not far off, guys. Probably in the next, I do this 5-year time frame. I think it's sooner than 5 years. Your Uber Eats is done or different. You're not going to have a human delivering your stuff. Probably within 5 years, it's the self-driving cars. And maybe it's you walk out of your house to go get it from the car. Maybe there's a little drone that delivers. I don't know. But dude, ridiculous things coming. And hearing virtuals go in that direction is so exciting. I'm so glad, dude. I'm so glad I still got my Vader. In fact, why don't we just peek at Vader real quick? I want to see if their price is moving at all. But that's huge. It's huge to hear virtuals going in that direction. And if Vader's still low, I think you got a pretty spicy opportunity right here. Really spicy. I mean, dude, we're going to see some of these like physical AI tokens at 100 mil, 200 mil, 5. We're going to see that. We're going to see an explosion here. I'm okay if I'm wrong about this. There's a chance that, thought the same thing about the AI tokens. I actually still do. Clearly, it's not that right now. Maybe this doesn't live up to that hype. Maybe the robotic stuff does not. It has a really great shot at it. Vader at 10.5 mil. I don't know. This feels kind of on discount here. The one thing you got to do, the one thing you got to worry about with Vader a little bit is, do they pivot again, right? I don't think they will, but we'll see. It's damn man, it's going to get really, really cool. You don't see virtuals competing in AI with the Teslas. Not the way they are now. They're going to need to find some more partners. But if they're fueling, like if they're not going to fuel, or I'll say if they're not building the physical part, if they're going to fuel like the data side of it, the learning part, maybe. But you can picture how they could maybe attract some big projects there. I still think we're going to see. This is not a luck thing, but I'll say it that way. We're probably going to get really lucky, and something that launches here in crypto becomes the next like open AI kind of thing. I do think there's a good chance that happens. That might be a suit. It looks like it, but I'm going to believe that it's a robot. So there's a chance, and maybe it comes in, robotics. So we'll see. And then final story. Cat's keeping me fed here today. Appreciate it, man. Google releases AI payments protocol with stablecoin support and partners with Coinbase and Salesforce. Huge stuff, man. Huge stuff. Yeah, dude, the AI thing is going to get really, really interesting. So when you bake it through crypto and you bake it in your wallet and you bake it into payments, and you see what's happening with Banker. It's going to get very freaking cool. I don't know. Endless opportunities coming here. And we're here for it. We're here for it, like always. All right, there's your update today. Again, tomorrow, let me get it up on the screen. Let me line it up. Let's get it right. All right, tomorrow on the show, we have Bionic. Is it Bionic DAO? I'm so bad. My memory is so bad, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, Bionic DAO, launching that zero agent. So there we go. Coming on tomorrow and then Thursday. I've been up since midnight. Give me a break. Thursday is okay. Hang on. Let me find it. I'm gonna cheat. I'm just gonna cheat. Hang on. Thursday is. This is ridiculous. Skynet. There we go. Thank you. Thursday is Skynet. So we got some great guests coming this week. Can't wait. Cool products out there still, man. Like, regardless of the market, cool products out there. How is Skynet looking? Not bad, actually. Ahead of Finney. Or excuse me, ahead of both Fable and Spyra there. Hustle Agent's really cool. Hustle Agent comes from the guys at Emblem Vault, right? I like that. I've had them on the show before. I like them a lot. I've not had them on to talk about their agent, though. So actually, that'd be super cool. That's actually, yeah, I should really get them on. Right? Comes from Adam. I think it's a great agent, too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Adam's agent. Yeah, dude, they're awesome, by the way. I like those guys a ton. Gloria, freaking shout out to John and Gloria AI. Freaking, dude, freaking one of the best products we have here. For real, one of the best products that's launched on virtuals. What a difference it makes, by the way, like how they serve you that info, right? You could get that info on X and just hope that, it shows up in your feed, right? Just hope it shows up on X in your timeline. But when you build a dashboard, all of a sudden, whole different story, dude. Gloria is incredible. So big deal. Rate cuts, yeah, one way or another, cutie, it is. Yeah, so I said at the beginning, I think the 25 basis point cut is mostly priced in. I do think the market moves, but I could see it move a little bit either way. And I'll tell you, the worst case scenario I see, and I can see it, is the 25 basis point cut comes, and not only does it not move the needle much, and maybe we're down a little, but it spooks people. And people start feeling like maybe we really did see a top. Like some people are saying that the top was already in for Bitcoin, that we're not going to get that all-time high. There's some accounts that I trust enough that are saying that. I don't lean that way, but I see that. I could see that playing out. So I'm watching. 50 basis point cut, different story. Not priced in fully. Probably gets us to all-time high Bitcoin in the next, week or two. I could see that playing out that way. I think it's very possible. But yeah, there you go. Volatility. It's been the story of the past year and a half, right? And tomorrow, rest of the week, no exception there. All right, guys, hit the like on your way out here. Again, subscribe to CryptoSlam on YouTube. Follow the Swarm AI over on X. Man, I hope y'all have a great freaking day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.